Alright, let's check out PancakeSwap. So it looks like we're starting the uptrend. Now, we're up 5% today. This is very good considering Bitcoin is just kind of accumulating to the side. What this shows me is Bitcoin has had a bullish move up and it's consolidating, and this is allowing altcoins like Cake to have their moves up. Now, I talked about this in my last video. I talked about these momentum shifts on the daily. If you didn't watch my last video, I'll quickly show you. If you look down here at the squeeze mom, which is the squeeze momentum indicator, when we turn into these dark green / dark red phases, if we're on the top, it means the bulls are losing control and we're switching into a bearish stance. If we're at the bottom down here, when we see these dark red candles come in, it means the bears are starting to lose control and we're about to move into a bullish phase. Now, what happened the last time we exited a bearish phase, started putting in these dark red candles and started to move up to the side? Well, we were here, we had multiple consecutive red candles here. These were fake outs. If you did draw it down to here, you could actually get a slightly higher price target, but drawing it to the 7th of March, you can see from the time where we had our next momentum shift, which if we look down here is the 5th of April, if we draw it to the top on the 5th of April, you can see the last momentum shift yielded us a 67% return just by trading the squeeze mom alone, and that is not buying the exact bottom and selling the exact top. If we were doing that, it would have been 107% rally. I'm just showing you what the squeeze mom has done. We had a 67% rally when we had a bullish stance switch on the squeeze mom. What happened on the downside? So on the 5th of April, right here, we started putting in bearish momentum, as in these dark green candles, indicative that bulls are losing control. And we only recently bottomed, not at this exact bottom, because once again we're not cherry picking the data, we're doing it to where the squeeze mom tells us we're bottoming. And as you can see, actually it was 1 over, so I have to make it slightly less impressive. Unfortunately, we actually bottomed at this range round about here on the 19th of April. This was a 15% move to the downside. But, you know, none other impressive than this 67% flip we had the last time the squeeze mom had this flipped over to the bullish side. As you can see, we were bearish here and we had this huge bullish impulse which carried us up 67%. And like I said, if you want to cherry pick, it is over 100%, but we're not going to do that. So what's happening now? On the daily EMAs, we've back tested, we've started to head up. We're looking incredibly bullish, and once again we're seeing another one of these momentum shifts starting to take place. So I do think this next rally is going to carry us up a lot. I do think, you know, worst case scenario, we are coming up to this 200-day moving average. This is why I'm so bullish on Cake. Not only is it a great project with great fundamentals and great technicals, but you can also stake it for, I believe, 60 to 70% APY over on Binance. You can see if we run into this 200-day moving average, we've got approximately a 40% increase on our hands. Well, only 26% from now, because I did draw this when I predicted an uptrend when we were down here somewhere. I was predicting a 79% increase and we're up about 11%. So, you know, from where I called this was turning bullish, we're only up about 10 or 11%. In my opinion, we have a lot more to go, and I am personally targeting our first Fibonacci level, the 236 fib at approximately $14.55. You can see this is the first fib we run into if we draw from PancakeSwap all-time high to the low. I'm very bullish on Cake. I think it's got a great chart. I think it's got great fundamentals. You can stake it for good amounts. It's got good technicals, fundamentals, and pumpermentals. I'm a big fan on Cake. I'm not, you know, trying to pump my own bags. I am trying to be transparent here and let you know that I do already hold some Cake, so you can consider me to be slightly biased in my opinion. Nonetheless, I do give the most unbiased opinion as I possibly can when I do cover my cryptocurrencies, and from what I can tell, an increase in volume, the bears are losing momentum, and in the lower time frames, bulls have fully started to take over. We're getting an accumulation of bullish momentum, and the volume that we're seeing stepping in is very impressive in the last day or so. It is, you know, not as bullish as what we have previously seen when we have started rallies, but we do need to start this volume uptrend from somewhere, and this is a good place to start. So I'm liking what we're seeing. I think we're going to get continuation coming through. Let's see if there's anywhere we could potentially get stuck at. before we do have our moon rally. This would be your 618 fib. This is basically your moon line. Once you take out $9.69, in my opinion, it will be, well, I'd like to say relatively smooth sailing, but we do also have the 200-day moving average that we do need to keep in mind, that this could be a strong level of resistance. It was a strong level of resistance ever since it came into fruition. It was strong support here, then it flipped resistance, 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 and we have never returned to it since then. So I'm going to have to go off on a limb and say I would think that this would be strong resistance again. We could see something like this where we come into it, have a back test of this previous local high before coming back up and taking it out later on. Like I said, it is going to be a hard level to get over. Nonetheless, if you were only trading up to the 200-day because you were conservative, you could see a 30% increase. And if you're like me and you are targeting the utmost, well, it's not really utmost, it's the first Fibonacci level, so I consider this to be very conservative, then you'll be targeting the $14.55. That is all I see for Cake. I'm really liking the setup. Like, we've got a daily EMA flip, we've back tested the ribbons, bears are losing control in the higher time frames, we're seeing an accumulation of volume, and on the 4-hour we have now fired with these 4-hourly EMA ribbons having a flip, and we've got an increase in volume that is supporting us despite the fact that Bitcoin is moving down in the past 8 hours. The past 8 hours for Cake have been relatively bullish, so I'm really liking what we're seeing. I think Cake is going to perform very well, and I think a lot of people have forgotten about this since the last bull run. Bear in mind, if you weren't here when Cake topped out, Cake came up to $45, and we're currently sitting at $9. So for multiple reasons, technicals, fundamentals, pumpermentals, and most importantly, the tokenomics on this, they are very, very nice. In my opinion, I think it's a great project, and I think this is going to continue to increase to the upside. So, like I said, my target is $14.55. If you want to be conservative, $11.57 is, or $11.74 is also going to be a strong area of resistance because of this 200-day. That's all I see for Cake. We're really starting to warm up 5% on the day. Let me know if there's any other altcoins you want me to cover in the comment section below. If you like this content, give it a like and consider subscribing. That's all I've got for you today for Cake. Once again, not financial advice. Cowboy out. Peace.